Okay, I'd like to bring the meeting to order. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have one item on the agenda, discuss and respond to open meeting law. A resident sent in a complaint towards the board, and we need to respond to it for a certain time frame. So if you look over the response and whenever anybody's ready to make a motion, I'll accept it, send it along to the Attorney General office and the complainant.
I move to send it on to the Attorney General on the complaint.
Okay, motion been made, and also with the chair to sign.
Does anybody, they want us to read it? I'll read it.
With the chair to sign.
With the chair to sign,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, we can do it. Do I hear a second? Second. Okay, second. Any discussion?
I have some discussion.
Yes.
Was this properly posted on the agenda for this meeting? And is this my complaint?
Yes.
And did anybody bother to call me up and tell me that we were going to be doing this tonight?
Oh, it was
I mean,
posted.
it was a,
No, they didn't, but it was your board that told me that that was not necessary.
I got a good board right now.
It was posted within the 48-hour notice.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we had, like I said, we're, like you all know, it has to be responded with, I think it's 14 days, so that's why we're here tonight. We didn't have it in time enough previous meeting, so we had to get everything together. Tonight was the first night we could discuss it.
Okay.
Okay.
Just want to make sure we don't rush through this.
No?
Thanks for the call and the heads up anyway.
Any further discussion?
Are you going to read my complaint so that everybody knows?
All right. Okay, the complaint is, I am filing a formal complaint that an open meeting law violation occurred in the town of Templeton. The Board of Selectmen's office on 690 Patriots Road on Thursday, February 16th. With my contention that this meeting was not properly posted on the single most important site now available. The list of the meetings on the town's website, and that it was not properly posted until Wednesday, February 15th, 2012 in the afternoon. People aren't looking for a piece of paper posted at the clerk's office. They are on the internet looking for it, for this information, so it's crucial this be posted properly there. I further believe this meeting was intentionally scheduled in conflict with another meeting to go deliberately limit the amount of discussion regarding a very serious issue for the citizens of Templeton, and this meeting occurred without the citizens of Templeton being properly protected and advised by legal counsel. Further believe one selectman may have a very serious conflict of interest in the vote that was taken and should have abstained from voting. I hereby request an investigation forthwith. So that was it. And we have a response. Would you like me to read that, Bob?
Oh, you didn't read that I thought that, that meeting should be annulled?
Oh, I just thought you wanted me to, excuse me, I thought you just wanted me to read the complaint itself. What action do you want the public body to take in response to your complaint? I believe the vote to change town council should be annulled and a new meeting be properly posted on the town's website and scheduled at a time when the Templeton citizens can be advised and represented by legal counsel, and an appropriate amount of time can be allowed for full consideration of this very dangerous decision. It was properly posted. I had requested it to be on the previous agenda. I think it was that previous Monday, and it was said it was going to be on, but it ended up not being posted. But it was added on to the agenda after the 48-hour notice. So that's why we chose not to discuss it at that meeting, so we posted it for Thursday. So it was properly posted, and we feel there was no violation in that respect. As far as purposely scheduling it with little, with short time period, like I said, it was asked to be on the previous night meeting's agenda.
So why didn't we just, it wasn't an emergency to do the town council?
It
Why
was-
didn't we just schedule that for a time when people could
We're only
participate?
discussing.
We're just discussing the complaint itself, so, any other discussion?
Yes, I have a couple of questions. First of all, according to the Attorney General's process, if, are we taking any remedial action on this,
Well, read
of
the,
this complaint?
it's up to the board if they want to do so. We got a response, and if we so choose to take remedial action, we can.
Okay, so this is a legal opinion from Kay Doyle, correct?
Yes.
Well, why did we decide to get a legal opinion if we're not going to take remedial action? And when did the board have a vote to seek counsel's opinion, spending taxpayers' money, if we're not going to take any action? Because it's up to this board, first of all, to decide if we need to take any action or not. And if we don't take any action, then the complainant has the option of filing an appeal. And if he files an appeal, in my opinion, then we should take a vote and get an opinion from the lawyer.
Well,
It
this,
seems like we're doing this in reverse. And Lenny Kaufman's own suggestion to save legal dollars is, before individuals run off and get legal opinions, is you have a formal vote by the Board of Selectmen whether or not to get a legal opinion.
we needed to respond to this within a certain time frame. So
Right, and your simple response would be, we find no reason for this complaint, we see no reason to proceed, and you give him a written response to the complaint. And if he wishes to appeal it, then he appeals it, and it goes to the Attorney General's office, then we could seek legal counsel. We're taking this process almost in reverse, in my opinion.
Virginia?
We're doing this process exactly the way the other board chose to do it on my complaints.
We're not talking about the last board, we're talking about this
Well,
complaint.
This is,
And I thought this board wanted to move forward and forget all about this personal vendetta stuff. I thought we were moving forward. So let's forget about the last board and let's start from day one.
this is,
It's all you.
we got this, I sent this to the attorney to make sure that we were not.
And why didn't we take a vote as a board before we contacted legal
Well,
counsel?
one thing, we couldn't hold a meeting the other night because of the capacity was violation, so I requested it, and this is what came back. So this is what's before the board tonight. And we accept it or reject it. Okay, if there's nothing else, we'll take a vote. Yes?
I think that you should also be aware that I will be filing an ethics complaint about this same open meeting, because I believe it's part of the way the whole process was wrong. I pay my tax dollar to get legal representation for this town. We all pay it. It's taxation. We pay tax dollars to carry the case by the town's attorney. You denied us that advice. You said I did not talk to any lawyers. You are putting the town in jeopardy when you do that. Also, when you take a vote to change the town's attorneys, and you have personnel issues going on in town, are you hiring the town's attorney to take care of your personnel issues, or for the town? And I say the same of Mr. Mullins, and I have to ask the two new selectmen if they have taken the ethics test online.
Okay, thank you. All right, so ready to take a vote to accept the run of minutes, Chris.
Yeah, what do you vote to accept?
At the bottom, at the end, there, get the letter from responding to the complaint. And the motion was to vote on it, and it's so moved to send a copy to the complainant and the Attorney General with the chair to sign.
This was posted down at the town, the clerk's office, right outside?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
So that's all, that's,
That's the only
that
requirement.
clears our obligation. The
Correct.
website has nothing to do with it.
Correct. Oh, yes, Bob.
What about the question of taxation without legal representation, Chris? I mean, isn't that the most fundamental open meeting law violation there is?
No, it's not.
What are you talking about, Bob?
We pay tax dollars for legal advice.
Right.
Mr. Columbus denied us that legal advice.
You all set?
Yeah. Can I just respond?
Sure, yeah.
As you know, I wasn't in favor of what they did at that meeting. However, your complaint is unjust, as far as I can see. It was, you're complaining that we violated the open meeting laws, and we did not, as far as from my point of view. So,
And you have a legal opinion that I can have a copy of, right?
I said in my opinion.
Compliment page now.
Yeah, but you've got a copy.
I will.
Yeah,
Mail it
they'll-
to me, or
I mean,
can I have it tonight, or are you gonna mail it to me? or-
we can mail it to you, wherever you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I just say? Sure. I walked in the middle of Jeff's point, and the fact that, you know, they did go to Compliment Page without us voting on it is not something that I'm all thrilled with either. Our last legal counsel, we had a $5,000 a month, you know, fee, no matter how much we talked to them. So, you know, we didn't have to pay for every time we talked to them. But the complaint itself, I would keep on.
Okay. Okay, yes.
But then I think perhaps the next time we have one of these, if we should have another one, that we need to, talk about it ahead of time, and take a vote on whether we want to send it out or not. And as Jeff said, perhaps we can decide first and then go to the lawyer
I think we have
afterwards.
to have some guidelines of how to use the lawyers now that we have to pay every time we have to talk to them again.
Okay.
I have just one other comment, and this is from a memo by Lauren Goldberg, who is an attorney for Coleman and Page, and this is dated January 19th, 2012. And ensure that notices is timely posted in all locations required by law, locations at least 48 hours in advance, including, for example, on a municipality's website, if the website is alternate posting location. And I believe there's a warrant article in the 2004 annual town report that the town voted to create the town's website and to use it as an alternate posting site. So I believe we should make a strong effort to post all notices, not only on the clerk's board, but on the website. And we should issue a letter or an email to all boards, committees, commissions. If they're going to have a meeting, it should be posted in every place possible, but at least the bulletin board on the clerk's office and the town's website. I mean, this is advice from our own town council of this year.
After Ashley.
Who's responsible for posting on the town website? Whose responsibility is that?
Well, they send it on, they get it time, yeah,
I'm sorry?
they get it timestamped and then it goes to the webmaster.
The webmaster manipulates the information on
Well,
the,
Inputs it, yeah.
because on the calendar, it said the Board of Selectmen meeting was at 12 noon. That's what it
Oh, there
said.
was a different, there
That was a
the-
different
That was,
meeting.
But there was no 6:30 PM as well. It only said 12 noon.
that must,
So that's why it was, I think, confusing. So maybe going forward,
might have been a bid opening or something like
there was a
that.
big opening.
Oh, no, a tree, there was a tree.
It was the
uh,
tree.
Oh, tree hearing or something.
Tree hearing.
but the 6:30 PM meeting was not listed on the calendar.
She's talking the date of that meeting that they're discussing, not today.
Oh,
She's
okay.
talking the date.
Correct.
That's why,
Right.
there was a bid opening at 12 o'clock
Right,
for the Board of Selectmen that day at 12.
right. But there was no,
No,
in
there was-
addition, 6:30 PM. So that's why it was confusing. And so maybe going forward, there'll be more, attention given to make sure that on the calendar, it's, the times are correct.
Okay, yeah.
We can,
Yeah, go ahead.
we can certainly try to do that, but because there is no bylaw, if it doesn't happen, we can't assure it's gonna happen every time, but we will try to do that.
Well,
Just will- I
I
think
believe
it-
what Jeff just mentioned, though, is that, from the lawyer, that it's highly suggested that
Yeah.
more people go to websites
Right,
these days
right,
than
yes.
can walk to
Yes.
or drive to.
Just that as far as the posting legally and so forth, it just definitely has to be through the town clerk. And then hopefully it'll get to the website as soon as possible. Thank you. All right, we ready to take a vote? Huh?
Bob's gonna go.
Yes?
I just have one other question, because I'm going to file a ethics complaint, who am I going to talk to in this town about doing that?
Ethics complaint? What do you mean?
Over the last meeting, if you're disregarding the open
I
meeting
think-
law, I will go to the ethics complaint, which I will take forward, and according to the conflict of interest laws here, 268A29, it says that each municipality acting through its city council, board of selectmen, or board of aldermen shall designate a senior level employee of the municipality as its liaison to the state ethics commission.
They are,
So, who's the ethics,
Ethics officer of the town.
Right. And it needs to be somebody that's senior, and you should be notifying people if that's changing within 30 days. So maybe at some point you should designate somebody, and I don't think it should be anybody that's, I might be having an ethics complaint against.
no.
So I think that should be done because I need to move forward.
Anything else? Yes.
If I may, I was given this piece of paper
Ah,
that,
Please
approaching
sit.
okay. Is there somebody that can bring this, or somebody that can bring
What
this
is
to you?
it?
All right.
It is a piece of paper that I was handed to, that I'm concerned about, that I don't know if you guys know, and if it could be made public notice so that people could know what is going to
No,
be filed with
this is
the town.
nothing, ma'am,
Nothing
this
to do with this.
is nothing to do with this.
She can't take it?
No, this is nothing to do with tonight's meeting. Okay, we ready to take a vote here? Hearing no more discussion. Jeff?
No.
Chris?
Yes.
Pat?
Yes.
Virginia?
Yes,
And yes. So we'll send along a copy of the response to the complainant and the Attorney General. And take a moment, yes?
if Bob wants his copy tonight, can we have Debbie?
Sure, if you want it now.
I'll be around later.
Yeah. Okay, here, take the,
I have one question. I know that there's nothing else on the agenda, but if there's something that's an emergency, can it be brought up?
they highly recommend against it. What is the concern?
Well, on Monday's agenda, Carol Harris had a constable on there, and he needs to be approved by Tuesday's primary.
Does anybody have an issue with appointing this person to be a constable?
Yeah, it was on the.
It was on the
for
agenda.
Monday.
He's on Monday's agenda, and the primary is this Tuesday.
And she needs them. Does anybody want to object
Is
to
it
it?
on the agenda yet for this coming Monday?
Yes, it will be on,
No, it's on the 12th.
On the 12th.
I would say the meeting was
It's too late.
after.
Yeah.
It's too late.
right. Yes,
We could do it on the Monday night meeting just prior to the next scheduled budget meeting.
yeah, we have
That
time to
would give
put
us
it
time to
in.
notice it and put it on the agenda.
Yeah, we can just
With
add that
notes.
to the
Okay.
brief agenda.
Then it won't be an emergency item.
Thanks for bringing that up, Lady Chief. Yes.
If it becomes an issue, a police officer can serve in place of an officer, a sworn officer,
All right.
so you wouldn't really have to
Volunteer.
With-
I'm not volunteering. Well, we have 8 or 10 guys that I can
So-
take with it. How's
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, so we'll be able to add it to the agenda for Monday night, the 5th, and when is it, the 6th?
Yeah, the election's Tuesday.
So that should take care of that. Oh, you know,
If you don't get somebody, then I can assign one of my officers to it.
Okay.
They might not be so happy, but.
Okay, motion to adjourn,
I move to adjourn this meeting.
here a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you.
We're off to 6:30.
I wasn't sure. Give me a chance to sign that.